In the vast galaxy, there were millions of stars, thousands of empires, and countless worlds. Some planets were rich, some were deadly, some were already destroyed and forgotten. But among all of them, there was one world that stood apart of Earth. On every official galactic star map, Earth was marked differently. Not with colors of wealth or danger, not with symbols of war or death. It carried only a single message, written in many languages: do not invade, do not provoke, do not approach. No explanation followed, no history lesson, no details. Just a warning. Most young civilizations asked questions, older empires did not. They had learned something over thousands of years. Warnings without reasons were the most dangerous ones. Stories moved quietly across space, fleets that vanished, empires that fell into silence, records erased, not by enemies but by fear. Every time, one detail appeared again and again. Earth was nearby. The galaxy did not call Earth powerful. It did not call it advanced, it called it something else, a trap. The Velkar Empire did not believe in traps. They were one of the strongest forces the galaxy had ever seen. Their ships were massive, their weapons burned stars. Their armies conquered worlds in weeks. No warning, no counsel, and no ancient story had ever stopped them. When Velkar explorers first found Earth's marker, the High Command laughed. A primitive world, one commander said. Divided species, constant wars, weak unity. Another added they have not even left their own star system. The warning was ignored. Still, as tradition demanded, the Velkar Empire sent observers first. Silent probes moved toward the solar system. They expected chaos, noise, and fear. Instead, they found silence. Too much silence. Human satellites floated in perfect patterns. Old, new, and very old machines shared the same space. Some probes were spotted within seconds. Others disappeared without any signal sent back. No alarms were raised on Earth, no weapons fired. Earth simply watched. The Velkar scientists were confused. Human technology looked uneven. Some tools were outdated. Others were far beyond expected levels. It was as if Earth carried many ages of technology at once. This world makes no sense, one analyst said. That should have been the first sign. Before the invasion vote, a message arrived at the Velkar capital. It came from the neutral Galactic Council, a group older than the Velkar Empire itself. The message was short. Earth is protected by choice, not by force. Leave it alone. The Velkar Emperor dismissed it. Choice means weakness, he said. Force decides truth. The invasion order was given. Thousands of ships moved toward the solar system. The Velkar fleet blocked out stars as it arrived. Smaller civilizations nearby went silent, turning off signals, hiding in fear. They had seen this before. As the fleet crossed into the outer edge of the system, something strange happened. Nothing, no alarms, no defense fire. No response. Velkar commanders smiled. C1 said. A dead world hiding behind stories. They sent ships toward the outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus. That was when the first ship vanished. No explosion, no energy trace, no debris, just gone. The fleet paused. Then another ship disappeared. And another. Long-range scans showed something impossible. Space itself seemed normal, but ships entering certain zones simply stopped existing. No damage, no escape. The Velkar grew uneasy. Activate combat readiness, the admiral ordered. Still, Earth said nothing. As the fleet moved closer, they detected structures buried inside asteroids. Old human ships, powered down, hidden for decades, maybe centuries, sleeping weapons, yet none activated. The Velkar sent a final probe toward Earth itself. The probe reached orbit, and then a message appeared on every Velkar screen, written in perfect Velkar language. You have crossed the warning line. The fleet froze. The message continued, calm and emotionless. This is your final notice. Turn back. Some officers wanted to retreat. Others shouted for attack. The Emperor's voice came through the channel. Fire weapons charged, energy built. The Velkar fleet aimed at Earth before they could fire. Every weapon system shut down. Power drained. Screens went dark. Panic spread across the fleet. Then, slowly, human ships appeared. They did not warp in net. They did not jump through space. They were already there. Thousands of ships, hidden between signals, behind planets, inside shadows. Old designs mixed with new ones. Small ships beside massive ones, all silent, watching. The human voice returned. You were warned because others survived to warn you. The Velkar realized the truth too late. Earth was not unprotected. Earth was patient. And now, the trap was closed. The Velkar fleet was silent. Not by choice but by force, across thousands of ships. Screens flickered back to life one by one. Weapons were offline. Navigation was locked. Warp drives refused to respond. Every system showed the same message in red symbols: control denied. Velkar commanders shouted orders. Engineers worked in panic. Nothing changed. The human ships did not move closer. They did not attack. They simply existed, surrounding the Velkar fleet like a wall made of shadows. The Velkar admiral felt something he had never felt before: fear. This is a trick, he said, trying to sound calm. They are bluffing, as if responding to his words. One Velkar cruiser suddenly lost gravity. Its crew floated helplessly as the ship drifted away from the fleet. No weapons fired, no damage done. Just control taken away. The human voice returned calm and steady. Velkar Empire, your fleet is contained. You may still leave. The Emperor listened from the capital world, his claws digging into the throne. Who do they think they are? He growled. Fire everything you have. The order echoed across the fleet. Nothing happened. That was when panic truly began. Some Velkar ships tried to flee using emergency jumps. Each attempt failed. Space around them twisted, refusing escape. Others tried manual weapon systems. Those shut down too. Humans were not jamming signals. They were rewriting reality around the fleet. A Velkar science officer finally spoke the truth. This is not modern technology, he whispered. This is layered technology, old and new combined. They have been preparing for this for a very long time. The humans answered before anyone else could. Since the first alien ship entered our skies, a human vessel moved forward for the first time. It was not the largest ship. It was simple, armored and scarred, as if it had seen many wars. A visual channel opened. A human appeared, older, calm eyes. No armor, no symbols of rank. We are not here to conquer you, the human said. We are here to stop you. The Velkar admiral tried to speak, but the Emperor cut the channel. Attack the planet directly, the Emperor commanded. Even without weapons, crash into it. Several ships turned toward Earth. That was the moment humanity stopped waiting. From Earth's orbit, ancient defense platforms awakened. Massive rings powered on, each older than most Velkar history. Human ships moved with perfect coordination. The crashing ships were caught mid-motion, frozen in space, pulled apart gently, then disabled, not destroyed, captured. Velkar soldiers were taken alive, disarmed, confused, treated for injuries they did not know humans would care about. This makes no sense, one Velkar officer said inside a human containment ship. Why keep us alive? A human guard answered simply. Because killing you would teach nothing. Across the system, the Velkar fleet was dismantled, piece by piece, engines shut down, crews secured. Not a single world was bombed, not a single city attacked. Earth remained untouched. The Emperor finally understood the mistake. Earth was not hiding. Earth was restraining itself. A final message was sent from Earth, not to the fleet, but to the entire galaxy. This invasion ends now. Any interference will be treated the same. Nearby empires watched in silence. They had seen wars before. This was not war. This was control. The neutral Galactic Council reopened old records, files sealed for thousands of years. Forgotten warnings written by extinct species. They all said the same thing. Humanity does not rush. Humanity endures. Back at Earth, leaders watched calmly. There were no cheers, no celebrations. They had hoped that this day would never come. The human commander spoke again to the Velkar Emperor. You were warned because others begged us to warn you, he said. We protect this region because someone must. The Emperor said nothing. For the time in Velkar history, their empire had been defeated without losing a single battle, because there had never been a fight, only a lesson. And the galaxy was watching. The Velkar Emperor stood alone in the great command chamber. For the first time in his long rule, there were no advisors speaking loudly, no generals asking for orders, no screens showing victories. Every display showed the same truth. The Velkar fleet was defeated, not destroyed, not burned, simply stopped. A human ship waited near the capital world. It did not aim weapons, it did not move aggressively, it only waited. The Emperor finally accepted the communication request. The same human appeared on the screen. Patient, unarmed. You have lost, the human said, not as an insult, but as a fact. The Emperor's voice trembled with anger and shame. We still have worlds, armies, you cannot rule us. The human nodded slowly. We do not want to rule you. That answer confused everyone listening. Across the galaxy, civilizations leaned closer to their screens. This moment would decide the future of power. The human continued. You came to Earth because you thought warnings meant fear. You believed silence meant weakness. The screen shifted. Old images appeared. Human history, wars, burning cities, ruined planets, near-extinction events. We almost destroyed ourselves many times, the human said. That is why we learned restraint. The Velkar Emperor watched as images showed humanity surviving asteroids, plagues, climate collapse, and endless wars. We learned something early, the human went on. If we wanted to survive, we could never be the fastest to attack. We had to be the hardest to remove. The Emperor finally understood. Earth was not defended by walls, it was defended by memory. The human spoke again. Long before we met other species, we prepared for them, not because we feared them, but because we feared becoming like them. The Velkar Emperor lowered his head. What is our punishment? He asked. The human paused, then answered. You will live. Gasps echoed across alien listening stations. You will return to your empire, the human said. You will tell them what you saw. And you will remember that Earth chose mercy once. The Emperor looked up in shock. You spare us. We warn you, the human replied. One last time, the Velkar fleet was released. Systems slowly returned. Navigation unlocked. No hidden traps activated. As the Velkar ships withdrew, a final message was transmitted open to the entire galaxy. Earth is not a prize, it is a boundary. The message spread faster than any fleet ever could. Empires cancelled invasion plans. War councils dissolved overnight. Ancient maps were updated. Earth's marker changed. The red warning remained, but now it had a name. Guardian World. Years passed. The Velkar Empire never expanded again. Their fleets were smaller. Their tone was quieter. They became listeners instead of conquerors. Other species approached Earth not with weapons, but with questions. Humans answered carefully. They did not share all their technology. They did not demand loyalty. They only shared one rule: do not take what you do not understand. Earth became a silent shield. Smaller worlds near human space stopped being attacked. Pirates vanished. Slave empires collapsed after facing sudden system failures they could not explain. Human ships were rarely seen, but their presence was always felt. Deep in space, an old Velkar officer taught young recruits using a star map. He pointed to a small blue world. "This," he said, "is where the galaxy learned humility." One recruit asked, "Why didn't they destroy us?" The officer answered quietly, "Because if they had, we would have learned nothing." Back on Earth, humans watched the stars as they always had, not as rulers, not as gods, but as survivors. They had been warned once, long ago, by their own history, and they never forgot it. The galaxy never forgot it either. Because Earth did not punish with fire, it punished with restraint, and that was far more terrifying.